Hello everyone, welcome to the video solution for Edexcel IAL Mathematics. This is C12 Summer 2018. So let's start. Question number 1. The table below shows corresponding values of x and y for y equal to 1 over under root x plus 1 with the values for y rounded to 3 decimal places where necessary. So this is the table in which we have given values of y for some chosen values of x. So part A, complete the table giving the value y corresponding to x equal to 5. So it's quite a straightforward question. You just need to substitute x equal to 15 here. So clearly you can see that this becomes 1 upon 15 plus 1, which is 16, and root 16 is 4, so 1 upon 4, that means 0.25, and 3 decimal place, so you can write 0.250. This is the part A. Okay, part B. Use the trapezium rule with all the values of y from a completed table to find an approximate value for from 0 to 15, 1 upon this function, and giving your answer to 2 dp, 2 decimal place. Okay, so the idea of trapezium rule is you will have to use formula of area A is half of h and bracket, then ya plus yb plus twice of y2 plus y3 plus y4 plus and so on, close the bracket. This is the formula, and where ya and yb are values of y at lowest value of x and the upper values of x. So here this is your a and this is your b. So in fact this is this value of y, you can call it y1, or if you wish you can call it ya, and this is your value of yb, and rest of the intermediate values are, you can give the name y1 or y2. This is your y3, y4, and then y5. So you have values of ya, yb, and the intermediate values, and h is the interval width, and h, you can find h using b minus a divided by n. b minus a is 15 minus 0 divided by n. N is the number of a strip or number of interval. So this is your first interval, second interval 6 to 9, third 9 to 12, fourth 12 to 15 is your fifth interval. So n is 5 divided by 5. So h is equal to 3. What you need to do, you just need to substitute the value of h and rest of the y values. Like you can do a is equal to half of times of 15 inside the bracket, ya is 1 plus yb is 0.25 plus twice of rest of the intermediate values of y. That means y2, y3, y4 and y5. So you can say that 0.5 plus 0.378 plus 0.316 plus 0.277 close bracket, and this is just a simple arithmetic operation. You just add and subtract and then multiply. Finally, if you simplify these, you have your answer. Approximate value of area A is 6.288, and they're asking answer only 2 dp, so you can round it off. You can say 6.29. So this is your final answer of the approximate area of this function under the function. Question number 2. F of x is ax cubed plus 2x squared plus bx minus 3, where a and b are constants. When f of x is divided by 2x minus 1, the remainder is 1. Show that a plus 4b is equal to 28. So this is all about remainder theorem, and whenever they say that at any given factor you have some remainder, or maybe they might say the remainder is 0, or there is some number like here remainder is 1. So 2x minus 1 is a factor. So meaning of this statement is, if you substitute x is equal to 1 upon 2, clearly you can say that you can do like 2x minus 1 equal to 0, and you can make x as a subject. If you make x as a subject, so x is equal to half. So meaning of this statement is, if you replace x with half everywhere, so f of half should be equal to 1. This is the meaning of the remainder. So what I'm going to do, I'm replacing x with half. So f of half is equal to a half whole cube plus twice of half of a square plus b times of half of and minus 3, and f of half is the remainder, which is 1. So you can simplify this equation as a by 8, because 1 upon 2 cube is 1 by 8, so a by 8 plus, this is 1 upon 4 and 2 gets cancelled, so 1 upon 2 plus b by 2 minus 3 is equal to f of half, which is 1. And now if you take LCM, or if you simplify this, you can get a plus 4b is equal to 28. You just need to simplify this. Just rearrange and simplify, then you have your answer. Next, where when f of x is divided by x plus 1, the remainder is minus 17. Find the value of a and the value of b. You clearly, if you see, you have a same statement. That means if you put x is equal to minus 1, then f of minus 1 should be minus 17. The idea is, because they are asking you to determine the value of a and b, that means you need to find two unknowns. If you need to find two unknowns, then you need two equations, so you can solve these two equations simultaneously to figure out the values. And you have one equation in part A, and the second condition will give you second equation. So similarly, you do the same thing, substitute x is equal to -1 in the given function. So a -1 cube plus twice of -1 square plus b times of -1 minus 3 is equal to f of -1, and f of -1 is -17. Again, you simplify this equation, and if you do that, you have equation a plus b is equal to 16. This is your second equation, because you need to find the value of a and b. So we solve equation number 1 and equation number 2 simultaneously, and meaning a plus 4b, I'm using elimination method, so a plus 4b is equal to 28. Underneath we have second equation, a plus b is equal to 16, and then elimination, so it's easy to eliminate a, so I'm subtracting the second equation from the first. A is gone, 4b minus b, it is 3b is equal 28 minus 16 is 12. That means b is equal to 4. You have a value of b, and you substitute value of b either in equation 1 or in equation 2. You can figure out value of a. If you substitute b equal to 4 in equation number 2, so a plus 4 is equal to 16. That means a is equal to 12. So these are the values of a and b. Question number 3. The line L1 passes through the point A, -1, 4, and B, 5, -8. Find the gradient of L1. So you have a line passing through 2 points. Let's say this is point A and this is point B. It's not exact sketch, it's just to show you. So this is point A, point B. You need to find the gradient of this line. This is your line L1, and it's quite a straightforward question. You are given 2 points, you need to find gradient, and from 2 points gradient is m is equal to, or I'm calling it m1 because the line L1, so m1 is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. And if you this is your x1 and y1, this is your x2 and y2. So you can use this to figure out value of m1. That means -8 and -4. So m1 is -8 and -4 divided by 5 plus 1. So it's -12 over 6 and then -2. So your gradient of line L1 is -2. This is your gradient. The line L2 is perpendicular to the line L1 and passes through the point 5, -8. Find an equation for L2 in the form of ax plus by plus c. You need to find the equation of a line. So the first choice in order to find the equation, we have a general form, y minus y1 is equal to m times of x minus x1. So m is the gradient of the line. In this case we need gradient of the line L2, so m2, and x1 y1 are the points through which the line is passing, and in this case the point is b, 5 minus 8. So in this case 5 minus 8 is my x1 and y1. The only thing is we need to figure out the value of m2, because the condition is saying that the line L2 is perpendicular to L1, and we have gradient of L1, so we can figure out gradient of L2 doing or using, because we have a perpendicular condition, so we know that gradient of second line in case of perpendicular is the reciprocal of the gradient of the first one with the changing of the sign. So m2 is minus of 1 upon m1. That means m2 is half. So you can figure out the equation. So y minus y1 is minus 8, so it's y plus 8 is equal to half x minus x1, so x minus 5. You simplify this equation, so 2y plus 16 is equal to x minus 5, and then you need to write the equation in the form of ax plus by plus c equal to 0. So send everything on the one on any one of the side. So you can say that x minus 2y and minus 5 and minus 16, so minus 21 equal to 0. This is your equation of the line L2. Question number 4. Given that y is equal to 64 x to the power 6 over 25 and x is positive, express each of the following in the form of kxn, where k and n are some constants. So y to the power minus half. It's not difficult question. They are just only checking your basic laws of algebra. So you know that you have y, and then you need to figure out y to the power minus half. So you just put power minus half on both sides. So for part A, you do, because y is equal to this, so y to the power minus half means you take minus half of every power. That means 64 to the power minus half into x to the power 6 and whole to the power minus half, and then divided by 25 underneath or denominator to the power minus half. So what I'm doing, because power is negative and I cannot calculate negative power, so the easiest way is to make the power positive. And how do we do that? We send numerator terms in denominator and denominator into numerator. So you just send 25 to the power minus half up and these two down. So you do 25 to the power half and then 64 to the power half, and then x to the power 6 power half. Power half means square root, so 25 to the power half or 25 square root is 5 divided by 64 to the power half, 64 root, which is 8, and then x to the power 6 whole power 5, power to the power, so power gets cancelled. So this 6 and this half is basically being multiplied. That means 2 and 3, so x to the power 3. So the y to the power minus half is equal to 5 to the power x cube, and you need to write this in the form of kxn. So you can say 5 over 8 and x to the power minus 3. You send x to the power 3 up, so you can have a form kxn. So you can say that from here k is 5 by 8 and n is minus 3. So if you wish, you can say k is your 5 by 8 and n equal minus 3 if you need. Otherwise they did not ask about the values. Anyway, part B. Okay, you need to express 25y to the power or 2 by 3. So it's again easy. First you need to multiply y with the 25 and then you need to take power 2/3. So you have y there, so I'm multiplying whole equation by 25. So 25y equal 25 into 64x to the power 6 whole power, sorry, it's divided by 25, so it's 25 gets cancelled and you have 25y is equal to 64x to the power 6. This is your 25y. Now you need to find 25y whole to the power 2 by 3, so you can take power 2 by 3 and then 2 by 3. After this, only right hand side you can separate the power 2 by 3 on both the 64 and the x power 6, so you can write 64 whole power 2 by 3 into x to the power 6 whole power 2 by 3. So if you see that this is 2 by 3, the cube root of cube root. So is this 2 by 3 is basically 2 into 1 by 3, and 1 by 3 is called cube root. So if you take the cube root of 64, it will give you 4. So cube root of 64 is 4, and this power 2 is still there, into, and again 3 and this 6 cancel, 2, and this 2 and this 2 is going to be multiplied, so 2 times 2 is 4, so x to the power 4, and 4 square is 16, so finally you have 16 x to the power 4. This is the value of 25y whole power 2/3. Question number 5. Find the first 4 terms in ascending power of x of binomial expansion of 1 plus x to the x over 3 to the power 18, giving each term in its simplest form. Use the answer to part, okay, this is part B. First let's just try part A. Find the first 4 terms in ascending power of x. So you are given 1 plus x over 3 to the power 18. We need to find first 4 terms. If you see that this expression is given in the form of 1 plus x whole power n, and using binomial expansion of this form you can do like 1 plus nx plus n minus 1 x squared divided by 2 factorial plus n minus 1 n minus 2 x cube upon 3 factorial plus so on, and you keep doing that until you reach the power or your desired term. So 1 plus nx plus n minus 1 x square over 2 factorial. So this is your n, this is your x, and you need to find 4 terms. So this is your first term, second, third, and the fourth. So you need to expand till 3 factorial. Let's do it. So you can do it like 1 plus 18 into x by 3 plus, so this is your 1 plus nx, 1 plus nx plus n minus 1. So 18 into 17 n minus 1 into x square. So x by 3 whole square divided by 2 factorial plus fourth term is 18, this is your n minus 1, n minus 2 into x cube. So x by 3 whole cube divided by 3 factorial. So these are 4 terms. And then next step is just to simplify, taking power and calculating these number. So you can say that this 3 and 18 is gone. So 1 plus 6x plus 2 factorial is 2, and you can cancel this 2 factorial with this, and you can say that this is 9. So 9 times 17 times x square by 9 plus 3 factorial is 6. So 6 and 3. So 3 into 17 into 16 into x cube by 3 cube, and 3 cube is 27, and again 3 and 9. So finally you have 1 plus 6x, 9 and 9 again gone, plus 17 x squared plus 17 times 16 is 272 divided by 9 x cube. So this is the expansion of the given binomial till 4 terms. So this is your final answer for part A. Use the answer to part A to find an estimated value for 31 over 30 to the power 18, stating the value of x that you have used and showing your working, giving your answer to 4 decimal places. Okay. Now, if you see that, you need to estimate the value of 31 over 18 to the power 31 over 30, sorry about that, 31 over 30 whole power 18. If you compare this, that means the whole power 18 is same, but inside value, this is 1 plus x by 3 and this is 31 over 30. So you can compare these and you can say that 1 plus x over 3 equals 31 over 30. And you can solve this equation for the value of x. If you solve this equation for the value of x, then you will see that x would be equal to 1 upon 10. So what you need to do to estimate the value of 31 over 30, you just plugging x equal to 1 upon 10 in your expanded form of part A. So everywhere in this expression x, you just replace this x with 1 upon 10, 1 upon 10, and then 1 upon 10. That means you have 1 plus 6. So I'm just writing here 1 plus 6 times of 1 upon 10 plus 17 times of x squared. That means 1 upon 10 squared plus 272 over 9 x cube. So 1 upon 10 whole cube. So this is 1 upon 100, 1 upon 1000, and if you simplify these expression, so you have answer 1 plus 6 by 10, 1 plus 0.6. So let's do it here. So 1 plus 0.6 plus 0.17 plus 0.272 over 9, and then after dividing 9 and adding all these, you have values of I'm writing answer here 1.8002, because you need to give answer for 4 decimal places. So 1.8002, this is your final estimated value. Thank you very much for this part. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next part.